Can I change my salary expectation later on in the recruitment or hiring process? This is one of the questions that most candidates battle with, especially when you realize that the figure that you had quoted, there are so many other things involved in that role that may not compensate you well for your salary that you had expected initially. So this is what we'll be discussing in this video, and I believe it will come in handy in your next role where you will be negotiating for your salary. As usual, my name is Mary, and I'm glad to be joined by Noella, one of our interview coach in this conversation. Thank you, Noella, for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me, Mary.
Yes, whenever salary is mentioned, everyone is all smiles.
Yeah.
Why do recruiters ask about salary expectation, especially at the initial stages of the hiring process?
Yeah, so many people might wonder why. So many people might not know the reason behind this, but it's mainly because recruiters just want to gauge whether the candidate's salary expectation aligns with the budget, with their budget. So that gives them an easy time with proceeding with the hiring process. Yeah. So
Interesting.
if you're above budget, so your chances are very low.
It helps them to really sieve the kind of candidates they're attracting.
Yes.
Interesting. Now, I had already stated my expected salary at the initial stages, maybe in my CV or in the cover letter. And then later on, I realized that there is more to this role, and there is that urge or temptation to want to change what the figures I had given initially. Can I change as a candidate when I discover this? Can I change my salary expectation during the hiring process?
Now, do you find that during the recruitment process, maybe you discovered some things, maybe there is additional responsibility that comes with the role that you didn't have knowledge of. Maybe there's some new developments that just arose that you are not aware of. So yes, it is allowed to change during the recruitment process, but it could be a risky situation, so it's all about how you approach it. Now, for example, I'll give an example of position that we were hiring on behalf of our client. This was, the process had already begun, but this was during that time when SHIFT was implemented while we were in the process of hiring. So a candidate reached out and told us that she wants now to negotiate, to adjust the salary. The salary, the expected salary. And this is because of the shift. So she negotiated based on her expected net salary, because of these deductions.
So in short, like if in case a candidate discovers that there is more to the role, then they are free to negotiate or to request for more. I believe also based on their worth.
Yes.
Because you cannot just ask for more. The potential employer is looking at the value.
Yes.
Is it worth that paycheck at the end of the month? Interesting. So as we wrap up this conversation, how can a candidate ensure that they are quoting right the salary expectation?
Good question. Some people may be selling themselves short sometimes, but it is very important for you to quote the right salary. So if you're there and you're struggling with this, you can do a lot of research on the industry standard salary of that particular role. Could be based on the location, based on the years of working experience, based on the industry as well. Yeah, so you can use platforms like Glassdoor or PayScale to be able to get that information. You can also do research on the competitors. How much are competitors paying for that particular role? And also yourself, if you are earning a certain amount, you can add like 30% to that
of what you're currently earning.
Because you don't want to earn less than that. It won't make sense.
Interesting. So the most important thing is to always ensure that you're quoting right.
Yes.
All right. Interesting. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me, Mary.
Indeed. As I keep saying, if there is any moment that you're required to be more confident than ever during an interview, is when you're discussing about the salary. Negotiation is very important because every employer is very keen on paying based on value. And that is why it is important to really assess the job description and make sure that the expectation that you are quoting is worth the experience that you are bringing on board. For more information around this, we encourage you to reach out to us whenever you have any upcoming interview, and we'll be able to have more discussion around how you can be able to package yourself in terms of the salary expectation and every other area that you might be assessed on for that upcoming interview. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next one.